All right. Good evening, all of you. I hope you guys are doing well. Right. Good evening, Monisha, Pratesh, Ganesh, Meghna, Chaitra, Adesh, Naren, Basavraj, Divya. Adesh will definitely do that. Chapter test paper is so difficult terrain. You have to download everything and send well. Pradeep, Teja, Sanjana, Sakshi, Dhanush, Viresh, good evening. Good evening, Shreya, Saksha, Chinmay, Kishore, Prajwal, Pratham, Viresh, Rakshita, Joshan, Vinayak, Abhishek, H, Preksha, Pritesh, Chirag, Hariprakash, good evening, guys. All right. So we are discussing about alcohol. I'll see that Adesh because the LMS has been changed now. Huh? So if it is available, I'll send. Right. So we were discussing about alcohol, right? And what we have studied till now in alcohol in chemical properties, we have seen in chemical properties about the acidic nature, the reaction in which OH bond breaks, right? That means reaction with metals and esterification reaction and its mechanism we had seen. Now what are we going to learn today? We are going to continue where we left yesterday. Before that, let us do a recall test. Here is your recall test. You can quickly tell me which is the best reagent to convert isopropyl alcohol to isopropyl bromide. Which is the best reagent to convert isopropyl alcohol to isopropyl bromide? Yes. So obviously the answer is very common and very basic one. You can't do this wrong. And if you do this wrong, then you can't help. Vinayak, you are unable to see more, you should be able to see more. British, no, you are not right. Right. So let's end this question. So I'll end it in next 10 seconds. So please vote fast if you have not voted yet. Please vote fast if you have not voted yet. Right. So we'll end it on account of we will end it on account of 3, 2, 1. Let's end this now. Right. So you can see here it's slow. Right. So what do we see over here is that you cannot use bromine directly. From alcohol, if you want to convert halide, if you use HBr, water will be eliminated and you'll get bromide. If you use SOCl2, SOCl2 we have already used. So if you use SOBr2 like SOCl2 and you expect that you get isopropyl bromide and SO2 plus HBr gas, then it won't happen. because SOBr2 is not stable. It is unstable because of large bromine atoms. Because of large bromine atoms, SOBr2 is very less stable. There will be lot of repulsions here. Right? It is very unstable species. It is very unstable species. So since it is unstable, therefore we don't use it. SOCl2 only we can use. We use only SOCl2. Right? We use only SOCl2 because SOCl2 is stable. So therefore, B is obviously wrong. Now HBr is definitely correct. We don't need anhydrous zinc chloride because that is only for HCl. Br2 directly we can't use. Grignard reagent will give you CH3-, which will take H+ from alcohol to form methane. So again we cannot use this. So the correct answer here is A. The correct answer here is A. Right? The correct answer here is A. So those who have answered B, I hope your doubt is clear. You can see majority of you have answered B. So I hope you are clear with this now. Right. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone? Pritesh, I was pulling your small leg. I was just making you kind of stressed, that's all. Chalo, let's move ahead. Chlorination is best with SOCl2 because SOCl2 is stable, you can use it. Right? For chlorination, best reagent is SOCl2. Remember. Now we were discussing this. Have you guys gone through the mechanism of these 4 reactions? Have you guys gone through the mechanism of these 4 reactions? Yes? Have you guys gone through the mechanism of these reactions or not? Now, see, I'll take their stereochemistry today. Remember, for now I am telling you, I am writing it here. In this case, with PCl5, you will always get SN2 type. That means you will get inversion product. You will get inverted product. Inversion. You will always get inversion. Right? With PCl3 also you will get inversion. You will also get inversion. With SOCl2 there are 2 cases. With normal case you will get retention, no change in configuration. Whereas when you use it with pyridine, you will get inversion product. With pyridine you will get inversion product. Right? So now let us see how it happens. Right? So I'll take one by one all 3. So basically among these 2 I'll do only one of these 2. Right? It's similar kind of mechanism. I'll do PCl5, I'll do SOCl2, I'll take some examples of HX. So if you come to the mechanism part, let us take a reactant here. Right? Let's say your Cl is on dash, OH is on dash, and on wedge you have H. Let's say this is your molecule. Right? Now you treated it with PCl5. So the mechanism is quite clear here. Nucleophilic substitution first. Oxygen attack as nucleophile and Cl leaves, so that you will get OH has donated lone pair, so positive charge, PCl4. Right? Now in this case, what happens here is, what happens over here is, right? So what happens here is, basically first this bond will break, right? And it will become neutral, so that you get something like this: COPCl4, right? And then there is a wedge bond here, H. Now what happens? If you see this carefully, this bond breaks like this. Oxygen gets a negative charge, phosphorus should get a positive, therefore this bond will break like this, and Cl will get a minus charge, right? Now see, the difference here is, the very important difference which is here is that it does not happen like this. So what happens is, this Cl does not eliminate in this step. See here, what happens here is, Cl eliminate in this step only, correct? If Cl eliminate in this step, what will happen? H plus is lost, Cl minus is lost. So you have H plus and Cl minus in the system. Oxygen has what charge? Positive charge. Sorry, oxygen was becoming neutral. Phosphorus will get what charge? Positive charge. Oxygen will donate lone pair, or you can say positive charge of phosphorus, negatively charged electron of oxygen will form a double bond. So you'll say there is a double bond and a positive charge, right? And one Cl has been eliminated. This is what you are getting. Okay? Now what will happen is, this side is blocked. This side is blocked. So obviously now Cl minus cannot attack it from this side. So what Cl minus will do? Cl minus will come from the opposite side, right? So this gets eliminated like this, and Cl minus attack from the back side, right? Therefore, when you do the product, when this bond breaks like this, oxygen becomes negative, so positive, negative, neutral. This carbon gets positive charge. Cl minus attack from the back side, opposite side. So if there was OH on dash, Cl will come on wedge. Cl will come on wedge. And dash P you will have hydrogen. So here OH was on dash, Cl is coming on wedge. Inversion has taken place. So that is what I am trying to tell. In PCl5, inversion takes place. Similarly, you can draw for PCl3 also. This is again and again and again very, very important. Please keep this in mind. This is mechanism of PCl5. Please observe all these steps carefully. If there is any doubt in any step, please ask. If there is any doubt in any of these steps, please ask. The compound is not chiral at that carbon? No, it is not chiral at that carbon. It is not chiral at that carbon. Correct. So what? But inversion can still take place, na? Position will change. Ganesh. You may get meso. You may get meso. Third step. First step, second step, third step. So third step is when this oxygen has become positive charge, this carbon oxygen bond will break like this. Oxygen gets negative, positive, negative, neutral. This carbon gets a positive charge. Cl minus is coming from the opposite side. Let's say this is below the plane. So below the plane is blocked by this molecule. So Cl minus cannot come from below the plane. So Cl minus will come from above the plane, right? So Cl minus will come from above the plane, right? So if this side is blocked by phosphorus oxygen bond, so let's say bottom side is blocked by phosphorus oxygen bond, then Cl minus will come from the top. So this goes from the bottom, but Cl minus comes from the top. So that is why we are saying that inversion will take place and POCl3 is formed. POCl3 is formed, right? No, Adesh, that will not happen. Is that clear? Why hydrogen will change from wedge to dash? Why it will not change? You are drawing it in without rotation, na? Pritesh, you are drawing it without rotation. So you have to show the molecule the rotation, na? You are not rotated 180 degree. Yeah, this is your mechanism of PCl5. Let us go to SOCl2. I'm not discussing PCl3, it is same. Let's go to SOCl2. Okay? Let's take the SOCl2. So SOCl2 has two mechanisms. One is with pyridine, one is without pyridine. I'll discuss both. You can take, for chirality, you can take one methyl here. Dash पे OH, wedge पे H. When you treat it with SOCl2, the first step is same, attack of nucleophile. Cl- will eliminate, substitution reaction, so that you get dash पे OH. Oxygen has donated lone pair to sulfur, double bond OCl. Oxygen will get a positive charge. Now what happens here? This is very important. It loses H plus, right? So that will get something like this. Oxygen, donated lone pair, sulfur double bond, Cl. Right? Now what happens in this is very important step. So in this case, Cl is not coming from outside. Cl is coming from within. This bond breaks like this. Sulfur gets when bond Cl bond breaks like this, Cl gets minus charge, sulfur gets positive charge. So this oxygen bond breaks like this, oxygen gets negative. Positive negative double bond, S double bond O, S double bond O. SO2 is eliminated, and Cl minus will attack the carbon having positive charge from the same side. Okay? So Cl minus will be able, as soon as this oxygen leaves, Cl minus attack. Right? Because this Cl minus is not coming from outside. It is coming from within the molecule. So as soon as this bond breaks, this bond forms. Right? So Cl will come from the same side. Since Cl is not coming from outside, from the same molecule it is coming, therefore you will get your retention product. Therefore you will get your retention product. You will get your retention product. Right? So no, Vishal, the mechanism is not important for boats. I'm just telling you when you will get inversion, when you will get retention. That's all. Last two steps once again. In the last step, what I have done is, I am considering these two as the last steps. I have just said this Cl bond breaks like this, Cl gets negative, sulfur gets positive. This oxygen bond breaks like this, oxygen gets negative, positive negative double bond. So the carbon have a positive charge, Cl minus will attack carbon having positive charge. Now, since the Cl is coming from the same molecule, it is not coming from outside. So as soon as this bond breaks, Cl minus attack from the same side. Since it is coming from the same side, you will get retention product. Right? It will occur simultaneously. Both these steps will occur simultaneously. This is like this. Sulfur oxygen bond, Cl. As soon as it goes, it comes. It is like this. Okay? It's okay, Naren. Right. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone? Right. Now let's move ahead. What happens if you take pyridine? In presence of pyridine. In presence of pyridine. If you take pyridine, how it will change? Same molecule, OH, H. Now first step is same. I'm not writing the first step again. First step is same. So your first step is going to be same, no change. Dash O, S, double bond O, Cl. This is your first step. Now in the second step, what happens? Pyridine is present. Pyridine is this molecule. It has lone pair. It can also act as a nucleophile and substitute your another Cl. Substitute your another Cl so that you will get O, S, double bond O, nitrogen of pyridine, right? Nitrogen has donated lone pair, so positive charge, right? Now Cl minus is present in the solution. So Cl minus is not coming from within the molecule, and this molecule is very bulky. So Cl minus cannot come from the same side where O will leave. Since it is a bulky group, it will not allow Cl minus to attack carbon. So now Cl minus has to come from opposite side. So what will happen? This bond breaks like this. Sulfur gets a positive charge. Then this bond breaks like this. Oxygen gets negative, positive negative double bond. This carbon gets positive. Cl minus attack this carbon having positive charge. So what you will get is Cl minus will attack this carbon. This bond breaks like this. Carbon positive is attacked by Cl minus. Oxygen negative. Sulfur positive double bond. Pyridine is regenerated. So you will get inversion product. Your product obtained will be inversion. Why inversion? Because Cl minus is coming from opposite side. Cl minus is coming from opposite side because it is not present within the molecule, it is present outside the molecule. So your product will be inversion product. Inversion product. Is that clear, everyone? Yes, everyone. Is that clear? The stereochemistry part is important in this. If there is any doubt, please ask. If there is any doubt, please ask. Sprite. Good. All the cows sitting and eating and chewing over there. If there is any doubt, you can produce your popular sound and say yes or no. Yes. So I have got very few of the response. Chalo, good. Very good. Right. Last two steps. Which last two steps, Aishwarya? I am considering this as last step, this as the second step. Nothing, Aishwarya, beta. This is substitution reaction. Your nucleophile has substituted leaving group, SN1, SN2 type reaction. So nucleophile has substituted leaving group. So leaving group has come here. Nitrogen is donating lone pair, so positive charge. Cl has been substituted by pyridine. Now, since Cl minus is here, Cl minus was transferred from the same molecule. So Cl minus was coming from same direction where oxygen was leaving. Now here Cl minus is not present in the same molecule. It is present outside, and this group is bulky. So Cl minus cannot attack from same side. It will stop it. Hindrance is there. So this bond breaks like this. Oxygen gets negative charge. Cl minus will come from opposite side to attack positively charged carbon. Right? Since it is coming from opposite side, you will get inversion. O was on dash, Cl will be on wedge. Inversion will take place. Okay? I didn't get your point only, Adesh. Chalo, let's move ahead. Let's move ahead with the next thing. That is, let's take some examples of HX reaction. So I hope you guys remember this reaction. Alcohols on treatment with HX will eliminate a molecule of water to give you RX plus H2O, right? So what do you get in this? X can be chlorine, bromine, iodine. For chlorine, for X equal to Cl, we use anhydrous zinc chloride. This is also used for Lucas test. I am not doing the Lucas test here because we have done it in haloalkanes and halorines. But remember it, it is very important for your boards. Okay?
right? Now, another important thing is in this reaction, carbocation is formed as intermediate. Carbocation is formed as intermediate. So since carbocation is formed as intermediate, it will undergo rearrangement. We'll see what type of rearrangement is possible. It will undergo rearrangement. We know three types of rearrangement: hydride shift, methyl shift, ring expansion. This is anhydrous zinc chloride ether. For X equal to Cl, for chlorination, HCl, we use anhydrous zinc chloride, no? We use anhydrous zinc chloride catalyst, Lucas test. Forgot? Right. So if you take this, rearrangement can be methyl shift or hydride shift. It can be ring expansion. It can be ring contraction. You can use any of these. Okay? Now let us take one example only we will take. If I take, let us say CH3, H, CH2, CH2OH. If you take this and treat it with, let us say HBr. In the first step, H plus will come. HBr is an acid. So OH will get protonated. OH is electron rich. It will donate lone pair of electrons to H plus. So what do you get over here? You get CH3, H, CH2, CH2. Oxygen has donated lone pair to H plus. So it will get a positive charge. Now it will break this bond to eliminate a molecule of water, and carbon gets a positive charge. You will get CH3, CH, CH3, CH2, CH2 plus. You will get a carbocation. Now this carbocation, carbon is bonded directly to one carbon. So it's a primary carbocation. It's a primary carbocation. Now in the next step, this will try to rearrange into secondary. So how it happens? One of the hydrogen from this carbon, this bond will break like this. Hydrogen gets negative charge. So it will bond to positively charged carbon, and this carbon will get a positive charge as well. So the reaction will be hydrogen will be shifted here as H minus, and this carbon gets a positive charge. So you'll get a carbocation. You get CH3, CH, CH3, CH plus CH3. You got a secondary carbocation. Now we know, Kishore, which is the second step, beta? This is first, this is second. Are you asking this step? Elimination of water molecule? Kishore, are you asking this step? Nothing, Kishore. Among carbon and oxygen, which is more electronegative? Among carbon and oxygen, which is more electronegative? Now you are asking, sir, if bond breaks like this, then what happens? You should know this by now. B gets negative charge, A gets positive charge. So this bond breaks like this. Oxygen will get negative, positive, negative, neutral. Water is eliminated. This carbon gets a positive charge. You get a carbocation. We have done this so many times, man. This is not first time we are doing. We have done it like second year mein hi. 2-3 times we have done. Now carbocation will undergo rearrangement. What will happen here? Since it's a primary carbocation, carbon having positive charge is directly bonded to one carbon. So it's a primary carbocation. In the next step, one of the hydrogen bond will break like this, carbon-hydrogen bond. I am repeating it again. Listen carefully, Kishore. Hydrogen gets a negative charge. When you break this bond like this, hydrogen gets a negative charge. Negatively charged hydrogen bonds to positively charged carbon. So CH2 becomes CH3. And when you break this bond like this carbon gets a positive charge. So this carbon gets a positive charge. You got a secondary carbocation. We know secondary carbocation is more stable. Guys, I expect all of you should know this now, because I have done this many times. I was thinking today not to do this. I was thinking not to do this because we have done it many times. Now, how many times I'll take the example of ring expansion, ring contraction, methyl shift, hydride shift? We have done so many times, right? Now, this will shift similarly here. Again, some of you may not understand. I'll break this bond like this. Hydrogen gets negative charge, carbon gets positive charge. Negative charge hydrogen will attack positively charged carbon here. So CH will become CH2. So what you'll get is CH3, C, CH2, CH3, CH3, and a positive charge on this carbon. Now it is a tertiary carbocation. Now Br minus will come and attack this. So in the next step, what will happen? CH2, CH3, there is a positive charge here. Br minus will come and attack this positively charged carbon, and you'll get. So if you are still not able to recall what we are doing, that means you are not doing revision. Simple reason. So this will be your major product because it is obtained from tertiary carbocation. This is your major product. Okay? I'll not discuss many rearrangement examples now. I'll give you them as homework. If you don't get it, you can ask. We have done it many times by now, so you should be able to practice it. If you treat this molecule with HBr or HCl, what will be your product? If you treat this molecule, you can practice them. One of them is example of ring expansion, other is ring contraction. We have done it many times, so you should be perfect in it. So you have to identify. If you are still not perfect in it, the only reason can be you have not practiced it, nothing else. Okay? This is A, this is B. So try to do this. We have done this in first year also, we have done it in second year also many times. We have done it many times by now. Okay? Is that clear now? Everyone, any doubt in this, please ask. Anyone having any doubt in this, please ask. This is your homework slide. You can practice it. The more you write the mechanism, let me tell you, without mechanism, you by heart organic chemistry. With mechanism, you understand organic chemistry. It is just like knowing mitochondria is the energy house of the cell body. Why? If you don't understand, you are by hearting it. Okay? So without mechanisms, organic chemistry is to by heart, and you can't by heart organic. Remember that. And till now, whatever mechanism we have discussed it many times. It should have been by hearted to you. We have done it so many times. We are doing one thing again and again. I am doing it again and again so that you find it easy. Yes. So you do this as a homework, right? If you don't understand, refer your notes. We have already done it many times in your notes also. Okay? I think we have done it in last chapter preparation of halides also. You can go through it. By now you should have by hearted. This is ring expansion, this is ring contraction. It should be in head by now. That many times we have discussed. Right? No doubts? Let's move ahead. Yes, everyone. I am hoping there is no doubt in this now. Chalo, good. Let's move. Now, if I take the next reaction, let us do some questions, then we'll go to the reaction part. This is your first question. You can see ethanol when reacted with PCl5 gives A, POCl3 and HCl. These are your byproducts. A reacts with silver nitrate to form B and AgCl. A and B are. What can be your A and B? You can try it. I will explain it in the end. And the people who find organic difficult are the ones who have not followed it from the beginning. If you follow it from the beginning, you will never find it difficult. It is never difficult. Everything has a reason, right? Right. You can go through it and ask me if there is any doubt. Just a minute. I'll launch the poll. Yeah, you can start voting. Yes, poll is available on the screen now. Reasons are not too many and complex, man. Dekho, I'll tell you, when you are finding there are so many things, that is only when you are not organized, Gokul. If you think I'll wake up and do everything, no, it's not like that. You have to be organized. In this case, this happens. In this case, this happens. You have to systemize yourself. If you don't systemize yourself, you are gone. If you are not organized, it is not like math or something else. You wake up, okay, let's do something. Let's start scribbling. Something will come. It is not like that. You have to be prepared for it. Right? You cannot just wake up and do questions. You have to be revised. You have to be prepared. Then only you can do it. Right? So the people who find organic difficult are the ones who are little lazy and little misorganized. If you are organized, you'll never find it difficult, provided you have attended all the classes. Now, let's see this. You have You have 30 more seconds for this. So please vote fast. You have 30 more seconds for this. So please vote fast. Right. That's what I will repeat my statement. The people who find organic difficult are the ones who are little lazy, who don't want to read again and again, who don't want to organize themselves, who don't want to revise again and again. Chalo, let's end this. So I'm going to end it on a count of 3, 2, 1. Let's end it now. I'll tell you, there are students who used to fail in board exams have come and said me, sir, organic is easy. They used to fail, but they used to say, sir, organic is easy. Right? Now you understand. If they can say it, you are better than them. They never found organic difficult. If you are finding it, matlab you are not organized. Simple reason. Nothing else. You are not practicing enough. That can be another reason. So let's see this. This is a very easy question. Ethanol is reacted with PCl5. React ethanol with PCl5. CH3, CH2, it's a CET level question. If you react it with PCl5, we know what product we get. I told you the trick also to remember. I don't know how many of you remembered. I told you you'll get HCl eliminated, CH3, CH2Cl and POCl3. So you'll get CH3, CH2Cl plus PCl, POCl3 plus HCl. So first compound is A is CH3, CH2Cl. Now what else is difficult in this? If A is CH3, CH2Cl, either answer is A or it is C. Only these two can be the answer, right? Only either you can get A or you can get C. Now you react, this is reacted with silver nitrate. We have got AgCl. It is given. So then it is very easy. AgCl means Ag plus should combine with Cl minus. So Cl minus means this should break like this. Then only you'll get Ag plus and Cl minus will combine to give you AgCl. Right? And in fact, we have learned this reaction in first chapter. When you treat alkyl halides with silver nitrate, you get nitroalkane. And if you treat it with, Yeah, correct. And if you treat it with the potassium nitrate or nitrite, you get RONO. You get with potassium nitrite, you get RONO. We had done the reason also for this in last chapter. Nitrite you get. Okay? So this is what we had done. Now if you treat it, you'll get nitroalkane, that is CH3CH2NO2. Okay? So your correct answer will be A. Your correct answer will be A, not C. You cannot get ether. It is wrong. You cannot get an easier question than this. Okay? You cannot get an easier question than this. Let's move ahead to the next one. Now look at it carefully. If you treat alcohol with HI, what product you will get? Look at it carefully. I tell you again and again. I'm telling you again and again, look at this question carefully. I'm launching the poll. You can see the poll on your screens now. Right. So you can start doing. It's also an easy question if you have attended all the previous chapter classes. It's also an easy question if you have attended previous chapter classes. Chaitra K is right. Ganesh is right. Pritesh is right. Chetna is right. Gokul is right. See Gokul, you are answering correctly and you are saying it is tough. Gokul, you are answering it correctly and you are saying it is tough. Chalo, let's end it in next 10 seconds. Let's end it on account of Kishore. How can you answer better that? You cannot answer that, Kishore. Let's end it on account of 3, 2, 1 now. Vinayak, check your answer again. Basan Goda is right. Yes. This is very easy. First of all, we know carbocation is formed, right? Right mechanism. H plus protonate OH. So you will get CH2 plus carbocation OH as it is. So this carbocation, if you see positive charge on the carbon, this bond will break like this, negative positive resonance. So double bond, next atom positive charge, stabilized by resonance. So this carbocation is stable. It's a stable carbocation, stabilized by resonance. So next step mein I minus will come and attack this. Now your question should be, sir, why not this OH is reacting? Why not this OH is reacting? Why not this OH is reacting? Let us do that. Protonate OH. You will get OH protonated here, CH2OH. It will lose a water molecule and your carbocation obtained will be this. Positive charge will come on this carbon. Is it a stable carbocation? Is it a stable carbocation? Neta, very good. Is it a stable carbocation? Are you having a stable carbocation here? No. I had told you whenever there is a positive charge on a double bond carbon, it is called vinyl carbocation. And I told you vinyl carbocation is never stable. It is never ever stable. Vinyl carbocation is never stable. So therefore OH proton cannot be replaced by iodine. So this reaction will not take place. This I had told you in SN1. If you have forgot, I had given you the order of stability of carbocation, and I had told you least stable carbocation is vinyl carbocation. That means positive charge on double bonded carbon is very unstable, right? So therefore, OH, this OH will remain as it is. This OH will be replaced by I. So the correct answer here is D. Kishore, how will you get iodine here, man? How will you get iodine here? So D is the correct answer. Any doubt whatsoever? Anyone? Any doubt whatsoever? Anyone? Preksha, are you getting this? What we are talking here? Preksha, are you getting this? What we are talking here? This is such a easy cow and buffalo stuff. It's so easy cow and buffalo stuff. Cow level. If we take 2HI, then also this reaction will not happen, Mohit. If you take 4HI, then also it will not happen. This will not be replaced. Okay? Yeah. Last one. You can do this as a homework, guys. Do this as your homework. We'll discuss it tomorrow. Do this as your homework. Okay? You can take a screenshot. Let's move ahead to the next reaction. And the next reaction is, I hope you have taken this screenshot. Next reaction is dehydration of alcohol. Again, very, very important reaction. We had done this reaction in preparation of alkene. If you go home, you can check. We have done this reaction in preparation of alkene. I'll repeat it here with mechanism. This reaction was done in the preparation of alkene. Yes, Pritesh, you are right. Now let us see what are the different ways or dehydrating agents you can use in this reaction. So the first one is ethanol. If I take ethanol, CH3CH2OH, and if I treat it with dilute H2SO4, the temperature is very important here. Please do not miss the temperature part. Please do not miss the temperature part. 100 to 120 degrees Celsius only. The temperature should not be more than 120. Okay? Temperature is very important. Now the second one is see carefully. You can also use concentrated H2SO4, or you can use Al2O3 as dehydrating agent, or you can use P2O3. Any of these dehydrating agent can be used, right? Above, okay, I'll tell you that also, Gauri. So what will happen from this carbon OH? Let us write it like this. Let us write it like this. CH3 ko I can write it as CH2H. This we can write it as OH. So from this part, water will be eliminated. So this carbon one bond is free. This carbon one bond is free. It will form a bond with itself. So your product in all these cases will be ethene. Ethene will be obtained as the product in these all reactions. Okay? In these all reactions, ethene is obtained as the product. Another important point here is carbocation is formed as intermediate. Carbocation intermediate is formed. If carbocation intermediate is formed, what does it mean? It means you will undergo rearrangement. It will undergo rearrangement. Okay? All three types of rearrangement it will undergo: hydride shift, ring expansion, ring contraction. Now, Gauri has asked me what happens if I take more than 120 degrees Celsius. Anyways, we have to do it in the end of this chapter. If you take dilute H2SO4 at a temperature of 140 to 160 degrees Celsius, near around this temperature, that means above 120. So, what do you get in this case? In this case, your product obtained will be ether. CH3, CH2O, CH2, CH3. You will get ether as the product. Right? Let me tell you, ether is obtained by, just a minute, I think I have written the wrong temperatures, guys. Just a minute. I have written the wrong temperatures here. Just a minute. I think this is fine. Here we need to do the change. I have written the wrong temperature here. It should also be concentrated H2SO4 at a temperature of 160 to 180 degrees Celsius. No, ulta. 100 to 120 degrees Celsius, so you will get this. And here you will have 140 to 180 degrees Celsius. This is the range. Okay? Now, why? If you are taking high temperature, elimination will take place. Elimination will take place. H and OH will be eliminated. At low temperature, substitution take place and you get ether. Substitution take place and you get ether. Right? So at low temperature, you will get ether, concentrated H2SO4. At high temperature, you will get elimination. Is that clear? This is 350 degrees Celsius, Al2O3. 350 degrees Celsius. Right? So check this. If there is any doubt in this, you can ask. We are going to the mechanism of this. Mechanism of this is important for boards also. Mechanism of this is important for boards and CET also. Right? Noted, guys? Have you taken the screenshot? Have you all taken the screenshot of this? Yes. Let's move ahead to the mechanism part. Mechanism part also we have done in last year, but still I'll summarize it here. Please pay attention. Right? Now, if you take CH3, CH2, CH2OH. Let us take an easy example. If you take this and treat it with concentrated H2SO4, so concentrated H2SO4 will give you H+. Yes, Preksha, definitely. You will get H+. So OH will donate lone pair again to H+. OH is electron rich, H+ is electron deficient. Coordinate bond will be formed between electron rich and electron deficient species. A coordinate bond is formed. It will donate lone pair to H+. There will be a positive charge here. Then this bond will break and water will be eliminated. You will get CH3, CH2, CH2 plus. It is same as what we were doing previously, right? In the HBr case. So you get a carbocation here. This bond breaks like this. Oxygen gets negative, positive, negative, neutral. Water is eliminated. Carbon gets a positive charge. Now what happens next? Now this is a primary carbocation. If you get a positive charge here, you will get a secondary carbocation which is more stable. So therefore, from the next step, one of the hydrogen here will shift here and you will get CH3, CH3 plus. You get a secondary carbocation. Tertiary carbocation possibility is not here. So what will happen in next step? H2SO4 had given H plus. Now you have HSO4 minus. H2SO4, say if you remove H plus, you will get SO4 minus. Now it is bulky. It is not small. So can it act as a nucleophile and attack carbon, forming a bond between positively charged carbon and negatively charged oxygen? Can it form this bond? Can it act as a nucleophile? Positive carbon, negative carbon, there is a bond formation. Can we say that? Can we say that positively charged carbon will be attacked by negatively charged oxygen? It will never happen. Why? Because it is bulky. It will not act as a nucleophile. bulky species act as a base. So what will happen from the next carbon, this bond, it will take H plus. This bond will break like this. Carbon gets a negative charge, positive negative double bond, and H plus will be taken by O minus. So you will get O minus will attack H plus. You will get H2SO4 generated again. Since it is regenerated, that means it was catalyst, and negatively charged carbon, positively charged carbon will form a double bond. So you will get CH2 double bond CH, CH3. Is that clear, everyone? Any doubt in this mechanism, please ask. Any doubt in this mechanism, please ask. Any doubt in this mechanism, please ask. So I have to call for cows and buffaloes sitting out there. Can you please let me know if there is any doubt on this? Okay, Adesh, got it. Chalo, let's move ahead. So now you can practice at home the same stuff, all three types of rearrangement. You can do all those rearrangements at home. When you treat it with concentrated H2SO4, what will be your product? Ring expansion, ring contraction. Sorry, there will be no double bond. So draw these products yourself. The more mechanism you write, the better you become. Remember that. The more mechanism you write, the better you become. Okay? Preksha, you have to keep revising, beta. You have to keep revising. Yeah. So let's do a question on this. This is an easy question. Just check about which of the following is the correct option. Which of the following is the correct product? Just check this and let me know which of the following is the correct product. When you treat this alcohol with H2SO4 and heat, assume elimination because all are alkenes. What will be your product? Be very, very careful while answering this. Be very, very careful while answering this. Be very careful while answering this. So the question is, which of the following is the product of the above reaction? Which of the following is the product of the above reaction? Yes. So I am ending it in next 30 seconds. So please vote fast. I'm not going to say anything on this. I'll just see the results. Right. So let's end it on a count of 3, 2, 1. Let's end it now. Yes. So most of you have said, basically you can see the results. So most of you have basically said that B is the product. Here they have not asked you the major product. Here the question I repeated also, which of the following is the product of above reaction? Which of the following is product of above reaction? So product of above reaction is all, if you remove OH from here, let us say you get a positive charge here. You can remove H plus from here, you'll get a double bond, that means this product. You can remove H plus from here also, then you get a double bond here, that means this product. And after removing it from here, you get a positive charge here, do the hydride shift, you'll get a carbocation here. Then remove H plus from here, you'll get this product also. So all three products are possible, but this is your major product. Major product is B, but he is not asking you the major product. He is asking you what are the products obtained. So all three of them are obtained. So your correct answer should be all of these. Why are you answering B? The question was which of the following is the product of above reaction? All of the above. All of the above can be obtained the product. Right? So if I was attempting this question in JEE exam, I know one option is correct. So I know this is formed, all three are formed, plus or minus. So until he don't say major here, I would not mark B. If he says which of the following is the product of the reaction, I will definitely mark all of these, because all of these are formed. Now the question is, which is the major product? How do you identify? The hyperconjugating structures. If you check this, double bonded carbon, next carbon has 3 alpha hydrogen. And here next carbon has 3 alpha hydrogen. Here next carbon has 2 alpha hydrogen. So you have 8 hyperconjugating structures here, Prashant. Check for this. Here you have double bonded carbon. Next carbon here 2 alpha hydrogen, 2 alpha hydrogen. 4 hyperconjugating structures. Check for this double bond. Next carbon is having only 1 alpha hydrogen. So only one hyperconjugating structure is possible here. Right? So this is your major product, Sergev product. Is that clear? Let's move ahead. You can take this as a homework, guys. We'll discuss them tomorrow. Take this as a homework. We'll discuss them tomorrow. Read the question carefully before answering. Do not answer it in jumping. Do not be a jumping jack. I hope you have taken the screenshot. This also you can do it as a homework. So we have 3 questions as the homework. That question looks horrifying, but if you solve it using mechanism, it's very easy. If you solve it using mechanism, it's very easy. So these 2 are based on this dehydration concept. Try them. Then solve it with mechanism. If you solve this question by writing mechanism, you will not get it wrong. Let me tell you. Now, don't miss tomorrow's class. Tomorrow's class is going to be pinacol, pinacolone rearrangement. Don't miss this class tomorrow. It's very, very important. Pinacol, pinacolone rearrangement. We'll discuss it tomorrow. This we have not done in first year. So please don't miss tomorrow's class. Okay? Chalo. Let's move to our Kahoot. You can log into Kahoot. Yeah, name is Pinacol, pinacolone rearrangement. You can log into Kahoot. जोर से बोलो Kahoot. कहो Kahoot है. Right. So I am sharing the game pin now. Game pin is 7055386. 7055386. 7055386 is your game pin. Seven 7055386 is your game pin. Yes. So we'll start in next 1 minute. So please log in quickly. Right. In waiting, Adesh. Preksha is in waiting. Got it. Akhtar has joined. Right. Oh, there's some big fan of Noora here. That's why I was thinking why it is so hot today. Some big fan is here. Let them join. People will join with my name in the assumption they will win. I know, Raksh. That's why I said no. Chalo, let's start. Preksha is in. Anybody still in waiting? Anybody still in waiting? No one. Chalo, let's start. Chandramukhi is there. Let's start this. Right. Yeah. So we are starting our quiz now. So what do we see here is our first question mixture. It's a mixture of all the fields. From every area there is a question. First one is easiest, answer fast. Which crop is sown on the largest area in India? Among all the agricultural crops, which crop is sown on the largest area in Indian land? What would you answer? And the answer, oh my God, people have already finished. No doubt, no extra marks for getting it right. The correct answer is indeed rice. Oh, people had answered wheat. I am surprised. Being South Indian, you cannot answer wheat. How can you answer wheat? It is rice. It is rice. Southern India and northern Eastern India and northeastern India. Yes, the picture in the question was wheat. That was to confuse you. So rice is sown in the southern India, Eastern India and northeastern India, except the northern India where you don't get so much of rain. Rice is not the major crop. Let's move ahead. Alpha B hash exclamation is on top. Very weird name. I'll not pronounce this name only. Siddharth, Shreya, G, Sachi, Pranav is in top 5. Lot of S people. Good. Pranav is fighting hard today. Pranav? Entomology. Biology students के लिए easy हो गया. Entomology is the science that studies. Which of the following? Entomology. Entomology studies what? This is very easy for the bio students. Right. Chalo, let's end this. And those who are not bio also should have been able to answer the moment I said it is bio. Insects is the only biological object here, right? So you should have answered it if you were smart. Let's see the next one. Shreya Ji on the top, Narek on second, Sachi third, Neha Joshi fourth. Narek, well played today. Next one. Corey Anderson, a cricketer who has hit the fastest ODI century is from which country? Boys would be laughing. Boys would be laughing by seeing this question. In the picture you have Corey Anderson. He plays cricket from which country? He has also represented his country in the 2019 World Cup. And the answer is, very easy question. Oh my God, maybe girls who are not knowing him. It is New Zealand. Left-handed batsman, left-hander bowler, medium fast bowler. Corey Anderson is a New Zealand middle order batsman, usually plays at 4th position. It is New Zealand. He scored ODI century in 36 balls. ठीक है. So let's see the next one. Shreya G unfortunately is out because of cricket. Adorable donkey, and donkeys are never adorable. Get lost. Sachi, Athar, Ashrit in the top 5. Ashrit H is in the top. Second last question. World's smallest country. How can you get an easier question than this? Hit it hard. World's smallest country. You cannot get easier than this. Scoring question. Highly scoring question. World's smallest country is, no extra mark for guessing it right. It is indeed Saint Vatican City. Saint Vatican City is the correct answer here, right? So Saint Vatican City is the Christian city, right, which has the main church, Catholic church there. Pope, who is the top head father of all the fathers in Christianity, stays there. Popes are elected there also. So you guys are right. Let's see Athar AY on the top. Oh my God! For the first time, Prasiddhi is in the top 5. Vivek and Srisha is in the top 5 as well. Prasiddhi, hold on. This is the last question. You have a strong chance of being in top 5 today. Last question for everyone. Coming in front of your screen now. Which one of the following was the first fort constructed by the British in India? Oh my God. Now many of you will be like, why this? I can guess it from the rate at which the answers are coming. Which was the first fort constructed by the British in India? Easy one if you are a history lover. And the answer is yes. It is St. George. I was knowing many of the people will take Fort William. Right? Generally, this is a confusion. Fort St. George was the first fort built by the Britishers near the banks of Hooghly River, if I remember correct. Okay? And the results coming for you now. Let's see the results. On the third, we have poor doubt asker. Oh my God. Srisha on the second. And on the top, we have Athar. Well played, Athar, man. Runners are Nirja and @B hash exclamation. See, you lost it. Last question. History. History आया, तुम्हारा गया. Hooghly Bay, Hooghly. Pritesh, West Bengal, Hooghly. PK on the 6th. Acha, Adesh is a poor doubt asker, guys. I met him today in the class. Vivekanand, I never saw you in top 5, man. Pritesh is first, only 100 places ahead. Oh, so much of dimag, Abhishek, so much of dimag. Your eye is ulta, first of all. Your exclamation doesn't look like H. Go, man, you don't have a good sense. I think it was against some weak team, if I remember correct. I don't remember exactly the team. Some weak team. Chandramukhi was Ganesh. Acha. Acha, Vivekanand. Got it. Got it. Chalo guys, study well. Don't miss tomorrow's class. It's very important. Study well. Take care. Have a good day ahead. Enjoy your days. And may God bless you all. हाँ विवेकानंद, I saw that. Preksha, it happens. It also depends upon the speed. Yes, Samriddhi, it will be uploaded. Don't worry. I think it is already bifurcated. They have to just upload it. I'll ask them to upload. Unlike PCl5 in PCl3, R plus is lost first. So how can the inversion take place? Cl minus is coming from behind now. In that also, Cl minus is not coming internally. It is coming from behind. There is high chance, Chandan, it will. It's okay, Preksha. Tell her it's just a simple one. Oh, Naren, is it so? Correct then. Pratham, I personally don't believe in time travel, guys. To be honest. I personally don't believe in time travel. According to me, it does not exist. People can build it theoretically. Until it is in practice, I don't believe it. I have some other theories for not believing it. Yes, Preksha, you are right. Chalo. Preksha, you are out of this world only. Preksha, I believe you are one of those characters which should have been born in Disneyland, not in here. Yeah, Preksha, kind of. Naren, whatever people give theory, I don't believe in them. I have my own reasons of not believing them. Because I have a simple point. To do the time travel, you have to define time. People have still not been able to define time as the fourth dimension. Until you don't prove it, how can you prove about the time travel? Yes, Preksha. Chalo, let's move ahead and end this. Till then, study well, guys. Keep reading, keep enjoying. How can you define an imaginary time, man? Then your time travel is imaginary. It does not exist really. By using something imaginary, you can't define something which is in reality. That's what I would say. Chalo. Take care, all of you. Have a good day ahead.